Hello and welcome to another VGJFelix video. This is a Samsung Galaxy S4 and today we're going to look at the design and feel of the device. Let's get straight into things and broadly describe the phone as pebble shaped, a large flat surface with curved corners. It's quite similar to the Galaxy S3, something that did raise one or two eyebrows and accuse Samsung of a somewhat lazy attitude. But with the S3 being such a success, why would you make such a departure from a shape the Galaxy range of phones is starting to become synonymous with? And to distinguish itself, the Galaxy S4 does have a chrome trim that borders the sides of the phone. And on the top and bottom sides of the phone, you'll find a micro USB port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and an IR sensor that you can use to control your television and set-top boxes, something well worth exploring in a later video. The back of the phone sports the insane 13-megapixel camera and flash with a single speaker towards the bottom of the phone. But let's briefly pause to whinge once again about the power and volume buttons that are far too shallow and feel far too similar to the rest of the trim of the phone. This makes them both tricky to find and press, as there isn't much tactile feedback. I have briefly done a review on this, and the solution is to get a decent case, but we've been making buttons for decades now, so these crappy ones are almost unforgivable. And here's another strange button, the home button on the front of the phone. It's long and thin, which doesn't really match your thumbprint, which is fat and square. It's not really a problem, it just doesn't make any sense other than to make as much of a phone's surface the actual touchscreen, which sounds great in theory, but in practice causes a compromise like this. Take the Samsung Galaxy S2 home button as a comparison. This was perfect. You might have noticed a pattern in my tone here. Samsung have made some odd choices when it comes to the design of the phone, and nothing compounds this more than the back of a phone, which comprises of a plastic case which does have an attractive mesh appearance to it. However, it seems to attract moisture and grease like a magnet, making it unnecessarily slippy in my hands. Making a back case for a mobile phone is not a new design headache for Samsung to get their heads round. It's almost as if they're going out of their way to slightly annoy users. But, to add some positivity to the cause, the back case is easily removed by getting one of your nails into this little slit and then prizing the case away from the phone. It's useful to be able to do this very quickly and easily whilst the phone is still on. But if you've just bought a $500 phone, do you really want such a wafer-thin, tacky plastic case protecting the rear of your phone? This almost seems like the most premium of compromises. But again, in saying all this, it's very easy to click the back case back onto the phone, which is very convenient. To be perfectly honest, a decent phone case is an absolute must for the Samsung Galaxy S4 because it gives you the added insurance of solid phone protection, and if you get a good case with decent buttons, like the official protective case, it negates the problem of the shallow power and volume buttons. Okay, on to the next big thing, which is the footprint of the phone, which I also have concerns about. What I'm showing you here is the full extent of my thumb coverage on the screen. I can't reach the top left portion of the screen, and I find it very difficult to reach the bottom of the screen where the back button is. So, if I'm reading a news article and I want to go back a page, it's going to require some pretty fancy thumb gymnastics. Unless I'm prepared to shuffle the entire phone in my hand so that my little finger props up the bottom of the phone. Now I can reach the back button quite comfortably, but this has left me well short of being able to cover the top half of the screen. So in order to get back up there, I'm going to have to readjust the phone once again if I want to touch those refresh buttons and option buttons at the top of the screen. It's all a little bit awkward, and it makes a mobile phone less mobile than what it should be. If you need to use two hands, then really it's not a phone, it's more a tablet. But here's the thing, the Samsung Galaxy S4 does come in a few shapes and sizes, so it would be wrong of me to labour on this point too much. I guess I've just been caught up in the idea of more is always better, and in this case, and for my preferences, more is too much. I want to be able to touch the whole of the screen with my thumb, which suggests that the Galaxy S4 Mini would have been better suited to my needs. But it's not as powerful as the Galaxy S4, and I want the most powerful phone available. In summary, the Samsung Galaxy S4 is a strange dichotomy of compromises. I've spent most of this video criticising the design and feel of the device, but in summary, none of these things are real deal breakers, and after a few weeks of day-to-day use, I've simply adapted and rarely think about any of these niggles. So what do you think? Are my comments valid, or does the Samsung Galaxy S4 have the best design and feel in its class? I look forward to your views. Thank you very much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for much more Samsung Galaxy S4 coverage.